Alright guys, welcome aboard. We're going to be flying the 737-200 here, and I picked this airplane because I want to focus on one thing in X-plane today, and that's the new weather plugin that I got. I got the FS Global Real World Weather plugin, and wanted to see how it's working here. Let me make sure I get the name right. Yeah, it's FS Global Real World, or Real Weather, sorry. And let me see if I can bring this up on my other screen and show it to you. And we'll see if I get my plugin there. Come on. There we go. Alright, so here it is. It's pretty cool because I got kind of tired of having the weather plugin. I tried the NOAA one and it wasn't really cutting it for me. The weather just it didn't look right, and it wasn't getting the exact weather from the exact station at the exact time. And so I splurged. This thing was like 45 bucks, even though up here it says P3D edition. It's actually, this is the X-plane also edition. And what it does is it downloads the weather and then just injects it. So if we go over to my weather right here, where is it? Weather, customize, and you'll see it says it down here. It says from custom METAR file. So that's what it's doing. It's loading this automatically behind the scenes into X-plane, and you can see here we're sitting in San Diego. I thought we'd just do a flight around. Maybe we'll go to Vegas or something. I don't know. But it's really, I want to look at the weather and see what it's looking like, because today in Southern California, if I bring this back up here, you can see this is the actual METAR right here. And we got winds 270 at 15, gusting 21, unrestricted viz, scattered at 26, broken 5,000. There may be some other levels up above, but you can see it's kind of crappy weather here today, and I want to see what it looks like. So let's jump in the plane here, get fired up, and that's the nice thing. It's nice and dark in here. My goodness. All right. With this airplane, it's just easy to get up off the ground and get going here. So let me just adjust my volume a little bit. And what did I do here? All right, so oh, ground power. We gotta get our ground power going here. Get our ground power. Wait for that to start up. There we go. All right, let's go over to ground power. Turn our lights up a bit. Get our APU started. Alright, that's good. Let's get some lights on over here. Sure, logo light on, I said. Okay, there we go. We're sitting at the gate here, so let's just call for pushback, get on out of here. I think our altimeter setting was, if I take a look at my other screen, they got a QNH 1015, so we'll have to set that over here. 1015, which turns out to be 2997. Okay, we'll go with that. 2997. Get that over here. 2997. All right. Super. Alright, let's call for a pushback, get on out of here. Not even sure where we're at. Where are we? There's the runway. Okay, sure. We'll push back right to there.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
We're ready.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Alright, we got our APU going. Let's go to APU power. Oh, sorry, wrong one. So used to the Airbus all of a sudden. Alright, we're on APU power. Let's get ground power off. Get rid of that. And we'll do seatbelt signs, smoking signs, vice versa. Let's just run down here and get everything set up. How much fuel we got? Only in the wing tanks today. Now we'll get that going. We'll get the galley going. We'll go to APU power there. That looks good. That looks good. We'll get our window heat on. Get our pitot head on too. Also, I must have it's a nice windy day there, so we don't care about waiting for that.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Alright, I think we got a gate here, so let's get goodness sakes. Get rid of the gate. I've been flying the A320, so now I'm back in the Boeing and I'm kind of confused. Alright, APU bleed coming on. Get this fan on. And let's see, how high are we going to go up? We're not going to go up that high. We'll play around with this, but let's just set 22,000 for right now. There he is. He's getting ready to push us back.
So connected and bypass been inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Alright, jump back in the cockpit here. Let's get started up again. Oh boy, I gotta touch stuff here. I'm so used to the A320 now. It's like, what do I gotta do? Alright, I think that's it. Ground. Come over here, see if that's spooling up. Yes, it is. We'll get our weather radar turned on here to zap the guy in front of us. We're going to 22,000. Alright, there we go. This is startup number 1. Curious, I put in a new wing view here, so I want to see what this sounds like. Dude, you're gonna hit us. You know, because I did this wing view, so you know I used to have where is it? There we go. All right, so there's the view, kind of out looking back towards the engine, and then I had this view here. I kind of inserted a new view in there, over the wing view on both sides here. All right, let's get number 2. Or correction, number 1 started. I think our beacon's on. Actually, we can anti-collision. There we go. Alright, there's 20. Go ahead and watch that one start up. Listen to it start up. Yeah, it's a definite. We had a cold front come through in Southern California the last couple days, so there's a day of rain, and it's kind of cloudy here. So I thought it'd be a good test for the weather plug-in. So far, what I've seen doing some flights, it's definitely nice. But I really wanted to do this video
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Just to focus in on the actual plug-in. Since we have weather here finally.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
In Southern California. Alright, engines are started. Let's go over to engine power. Alright, and over to Gen 1. APU off. APU bleed off. Turn our packs back on. And I think we're ready to go. We'll get our taxi lights on here. Blind the guy in front of us. Go over the low ignition. And so I do have the weather plug-in set up so that
disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. Well, see you next time and have a safe flight.
Okay, thank you. I do have the weather plug-in set up so that it updates every 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes it's injecting new weather. I don't know if it does the entire, you know, all weather everywhere on the planet, or what, or if it's just kind of localized to where the, you know, a certain distance from where the simulator is. Not sure how that works, but it does work. Okay, dude, thank you very much. We're ready to roll. Let's see, we got our altimeter set. We're going to set our flaps. Let's come over here. 5 flap departure. see, that's 1, 2, 3 notches down. Alright, let's taxi on out of here. Parking brake off. That was nice, huh? So you don't hear that in the other views. That's why I did that view. Because there's stuff that you hear relative to where you are in the view. You know, forward of the engines, rear of the engines. Alright, we're not going to screw around here. We're just going to head on out. Get down to the end of the runway here and take a look at some of this weather we got. Gotta set our trim. Alright, trim tab is set. Flaps are set. We'll keep the sound up for the departure and then I'll turn it down once we get off the ground. And again, not sure where we're going, but that's the beauty of this 737-200. Just kind of fly at VFR if you want. Do a fast taxi down here. So we'll take off. We'll make a right turn after takeoff. Head up the coast a little bit. Climb out to 22,000 feet. See what the weather's like here. Or see what the weather looks like. I can tell you, I'm looking out my window, and I'm just northeast of San Diego. And you know, there's a low deck of clouds. It's there was a little sun, and then it kind of fills in. Maybe a few sprinkles around here and there. We're going to go for an immediate departure as we go over that bump. Wow, views are whacking out on me here. Alright, let's go strobes on. Stay on the taxiway here. Go landing lights on. There we go, we're ready to get on out of here. I wonder what the brakes sound like there. You can see that windsock. Got a good amount of wind there. There goes the weather's updating right there. And I can see on my other screen it updated 22Z now.
Approaching.
And we got scattered at 2,600, broken at 5,000. We'll see what's up when we get in the air there. Alright, hopefully I haven't lost my piloting touch after focusing in on the Airbus.
On runway 27.
And its automation. Alright, let's power up. Positive brake gear up. Flaps to 2. Bouncing around here a little bit, looking at that flap going up. Alright, flaps to 1. And then flaps up. Okay, let's retrim over here. Bring the power back a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and hit the autopilot and gear to off. get some of our lights off here, like all these taxi lights. That all can go off. Let's see. Logo can go off. Nose over a little bit. Let's start taking a look at some of this weather as we come through it. So yeah, that's pretty much what it's looking like in San Diego today. Nice view of the cloud decks. Like I said, this plugin does quite a bit for the weather. I like it so far. See the reflection there on the water. Alright, let's make sure we're not doing anything crazy here. What's our heading? We're going to go to about 330 to start out here. Pretty crappy, but yeah, really liking what this does with the clouds. Just looking around, it looks much more realistic. You can see the clouds going by, and so it's interjecting or injecting. Let me turn that down a little bit. Injecting, you know, more cloud layers and different types of clouds, and a more realistic presentation of what is actually going on in the real world. I'm actually going to keep looking up here because I want to see the clouds. Yeah, I don't think we want to keep turning there. Let's level off. Not level off, but bring the nose down a little bit here. We can start speeding up. And we'll get our, that's not what I wanted to do. Forgetting how to use the airplane here. Sorry. Get our landing lights off, and there you can go. Some more clouds getting pushed in. And now, supposedly what this thing does, it does do different stations. So a lot of times some of the other weather plugins like NOAA, it seemed to like put the same weather. So wherever you started out from, that's the weather you got. But this actually does change the weather. You're getting different weather as you you know, go different places. Yep, that's about what it's looking like today. Getting a little bit too fast here. Oh no, we're not. We're good. Bring the power back a little bit. Let's see, where do we want to go? Where do we want to go? Take a look at the AviGraph here. We'll grab our charts. Grab our LA sectional chart. Alright, just scooting over North County, San Diego here. Let's like I said, I thought maybe we'll go to Vegas, so let's see, where's Vegas? Let's zoom on all the way out. We'll grab a VOR, get a general heading here. So there's Vegas, just off the top of the chart. And there we are, pretty much going right for it. Okay, we'll just hold this heading, let's see. Heading, hold, there we go. Put that right there. Go over to that, hit heading hold. That should bring us up to Vegas. We're close enough. Let's keep an eye out on this weather here. Some more clouds popping in. And it's the only thing I don't like is it popping in clouds, but I think you're going to get that anywhere with any plugin. But what you do see is much more representative of what's actually going on in the real world. Alright, I'm going to turn this down. We'll jump outside and have a look. Hopefully it's not too loud. Looking real nice. I've got to set one more view over here because I want to change this one. Oops, sorry about that. I want to have a nose view, but currently it's mapped to there, which I don't really need. So I need to map that differently. Let me see what I'm going to do here. So that is actually going to be, I thought I already had one. Let me see. Pilot view, rear, camera 13, jump seat, which 12. Alright, there's my nose view, currently mapped to number 3. Alright, and something else is mapped to number 3 too, though. So what we want to do is view ID 3 is going to go. We got to map view ID 3 to my key. Okay, so we get out of there, let's jump in here. Scroll on down to my views, someplace down here. Okay, view ID 3. Right, that looks right. Let's get rid of that. Let me see if that works again. There we go. Nope, it's still doing that. What is that? Oh, panel view is mapped to 3. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that. Save that. Yep. Save. Exit. Now let's go here. There we go. You can see the variety of clouds we get here. Much more representative of real world. Our compass there. Not really using the flight director today, but we might as well turn it on. What the heck? And it's just giving us our indicator here, right here, the yellow. Maybe we'll climb out a little bit higher. What are we at here? Yeah, let's go up a little bit higher. I want to get up on top of the clouds just to see what they look like. So let's go up to 28,000.
Altimeter setting.
28,000. And I wish there was a way of just having a button here that would reset my altimeter setting, but maybe that's just in the Airbus. Where you fly an older plane like this, that's what you got to deal with. Alright, there we go. Alright. Keep an eye on our airspeed here, looking pretty good. Nice climb out at about 1,000 feet per minute here for us to look around and look at our clouds. Move this view a little bit. Let's see. Get that out of the way. Move this forward a little bit. There we go. that much. Alright, that looks good. Save that right there. You can see we're kind of popping in and out of a couple of clouds here. Want to get up to altitude, maybe get up above these clouds. And you can see that, you know, as we're going here, stuff is changing. So the weather over here out in the desert is better looking than what it is in San Diego. It's kind of updating there again. So the other thing I do have is I do have the Ultra Weather plugin. That changes the cloud settings and stuff. So one little quirk with this thing is the visibility. This auto mist. I currently have it on, but let me turn it off. Okay, it acts a little weird. I'm hoping the new version will do a little bit better. See, there you go. So I can reduce it. If I put it back on auto, it fills it in. If I take it off, it leaves it right where it is. You gotta sit here and touch that. So let me hit that. So the visibility there isn't a factor from the FS Global Real Weather. It's a factor, or it's being affected by my other plugin there, by the Ultra Weather. And seeing this is one of the things that kind of irks me with Ultra Weather. It should be a little bit brighter here, and sometimes it darkens it up. Now you can see shadows from the clouds, right? And there's sunlight right there hitting it, but it should actually be a little bit brighter, I think. Sometimes when you fly out from some clouds and you fly into an area where there's no clouds, it takes like, I don't know what the hell it's doing. I don't know what that Ultra Weather plugin is doing. It makes the ground look way too dark. And you got to come in here and kind of hit this off and on, and it updates, and then it looks correct, right? Put my clouds all the way up. It's only, what, 220 here. Alright, we'll see how it does. You can see we've got different clouds over here. Let's look out the window. You can see, looking back towards kind of LA area, it's looking cruddy. There you go. See how it just got brighter? See? I don't know how that works, but you can see these are shadows from the clouds. And there's Palm Springs right there, so looking nice. Let's double check our course here, see how we're doing. Yeah, see, coming up to Palm Springs, and we'll tune in a VOR here for Vegas. Let's see what we got to go to get on out to Vegas. Alright, so there's Vegas. Let this map update. What do we got for a VOR? Do we have a VOR over there? I'm sure we do. There we go. 116.9. Let's go ahead and tune that, see if we can even start picking it up. Help if I got back in the cockpit here. 116.9. Flop over to that. Are we getting it? Yes, we are. Perfect. So, let's take a look at our heading here. We're not too far off. There we go. And we'll go over to nav. So that'll turn us. Come on. In the wrong direction. But that's okay. It's just kind of grabbing the needle there. Should make us, should turn us to the left here. Now, see, that's weird. What's it doing? That is the only quirk here. Sometimes this thing acts a little weird there. You see it started flying us away. I don't know if it's doing like a 360. I think we'll just do we'll do heading for right now. Let's bring our heading around right around there. We'll go back to heading, engage, Alright, let's go back out there and take a look at that scenery. So that's looking nice. That's looking very nice. You can't see it with the wing there, but shadows being drawn on the desert floor here. And you can see it kind of got darker. It's kind of like we're flying into a shadow. I think that's what it's doing. See, now I'm spoiled. I was just going to check. I was going to say, let's check the observation in Vegas. And I was going to go over to my iPad in the A320. It's not there. Alright. I mean, clouds are clear up ahead. Just some scattered stuff. And what are we at? Still at 26,000 here. Inching up to 28. So I'm going to look at my other screen, just look at Sky Vector here and see what we got for some observations. So Daggett, which is kind of halfway between LA and Las Vegas, has got, what do they got? Clear, and that's what we're flying into. Let's take a look at Vegas. Vegas has got scattered, or correction, they got few at 7, few at 12,000, scattered at 25,000. Take a look at North Vegas. They got few at 55. You take a look at Nellis, which is just on the northeast side of the Las Vegas sort of valley. They've got scattered at 6,000. Boulder City, which is down to the southeast, scattered 6,000. So we should see some clouds as we come into Las Vegas. I'm kind of playing around with my views here too, so I always feel like I'm sitting a little bit too low in the cockpit here. Right? So I'm in the chair, I'm actually on top of, right? I'm on top of the thing, so like my head's right here, right? Which, if you were sitting here, this looks like a short chair. It's about where your head would be, right about here, right? Well, forward a little bit, but right about there. I think it's the angle of the glass here that kind of throws you off. And we are in a shallow climb here. So let's see if the shadows die out here over here. That's again, that's ultra weather. I think I've had my power quite a bit back here, so we could have actually been going a little bit faster. I'm going to bump it up here, start speeding up. It was running at like 85%. We should be topping out here someplace in like Mach 0.7, 5, 6. Alright, 28,000 feet, still got a little scattered layer of clouds up above us there. It's actually few, not scattered. There's a difference. That big mountain in front of us. Let's see, we're only 118 miles out of Vegas here, so we're actually going to start our descent pretty quick here. Pretty short hop from Southern California. Look at our heading here. Oh, you know, that's an idiot. That's what I had. That's why the plane started turning me to the right. I'm like a retard. I was focusing in on the needle and just centering the needle, and I'm getting the indicator here, but I'm actually doing the back course. So you really got to spin this around. It's always pilot error, right? The system is pretty good. There we go. Now if we go to our, it's about as well I can get it centered. So now if we go over here, this should turn us to the left to capture that needle, which is just off to our left. There we go, let's do that. There we go. Should bring us back around to the right as we capture that radial. So this is kind of cool. So what it's doing, I have it on my other screen. Let me go ahead and bring it up for you. So here's a FS, get the name in there, see? There we go. FS Global Real Weather. Alright. And I have it set for, it's in operation mode, which means it's operating and it's injecting weather into X-plane. But it's also updating, I didn't realize that it actually is showing us the nearest weather station here, which is cool, which is 29 Palms. And giving us all the upper air data here. It's a little small on my screen, so it's hard for me to see, but let's see. Review weather situation. I don't know if I want to do that yet. Refresh weather. I guess I can force it to refresh and see what happens. Okay, so I think what that's doing is it's downloading all the weather again. I have it set, it was set to do it just automatically every 5 minutes. But see, it does this, and this might take like a minute or two. And then what you'll see is you'll actually see the weather update just after this thing completes. So I'm going to leave that up there, and what I'm going to do, there we go. See, you see the weather update, and bang, there it is. We must review weather situation. Oh, there we go. So here's where we can actually pull up KLAS. There we go. And it gives us the METAR. View at 7,000. And that's at 2224. And just out of curiosity, 2224. Let's come over here. Let's take a look at that one. That's a little bit older on here. Let's over speeding. Bring the power back. We're going to start descending anyway. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up KLAS METAR. Let's see what we got. We'll go over to ads, and this has got 2156 on the 30th. What did this have? This has the 30th at 2224. Maybe that's the time that it actually 2224Z, huh? And the latest one published is 2120 or 2157, so like a little bit older, but generally the same. Interesting. All right. So we are 84 miles out. Anyway, look, the weather is pretty damn close. Let's put it that way. So if you want really good real world weather, I recommend this plugin. And I'll just go to 1,000 here. Go off. We're going to pull the power all the way back. We'll start our descent into Las Vegas here. And let's see, winds are out of the south at 5, according to ads. And what were the winds here? South at 5, according to I'm just going to call it FSGRW. Since that's what, if you look that up, FSGRW, that's the plugin. And yeah, it does have, even though it's giving me that observation, it says few at 7,000, it's still looking at observations around it, and it's adding in, it looks like, if I do this. See, it's adding in these clouds right here, so there's the 7,000, few at 12, scattered at 25. Turn off the right one here, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Brake, hopefully I didn't break something. Alright, 72 miles out. We're on our descent here. So we go a little bit closer. Or a little bit slower. And just for the heck of it, you know, when I got the plug, I got it yesterday because I was trying to do a flight. I like to fly just to see what the weather's looking like in different places. So I looked, and it was crappy between like I don't know, someplace in Chicago and I think it was like Des Moines or something like that. And I went, so I set up the simulator for there, and you know, set the X-plane real world weather, and it didn't look. It was like, what? It was totally clear and beautiful, and just some scattered clouds, and that's not what was going on. It was raining and like overcast and like, you know, 2 miles visibility, and that's what I wanted to fly in. So I was just like, forget it. I'm gonna go ahead and spend the $45 and get this plugin. And so yeah, so far I'm impressed. It works nicely. Definitely works a lot better than the you know, built-in weather for X-plane. Also, you know, what drives me crazy is a lot of times when you start up X-plane and you have it set for real-world weather, and you look at the weather and it's like downloading, and then it says failed. Now that's not an issue from X-plane. It's an issue from the servers that it pulls the data from. So it pulls the data from, I don't know whose servers. But I guess it reaches a limit, or they have a problem. I don't know if those are, you know, I don't know who owns those servers or what. I don't know if it's just like a NOAA thing or who does that. But and that seemed to be happening more and more often. Pretty much like 30% of the time that I'd be in Flight Simulator, I would get that, and I just got frustrated and said, screw it. I'm gonna get a dedicated weather ingestion engine here. Alright, so I think that is Vegas up ahead somewhere out there. 57 miles out. And you can see we kind of got clouds at our altitude here. Where are we at? 20,000. And they were saying scattered 25,000, so not bad. And then also few at 12,000. So we'll see what that looks like. And I can see some clouds down below here. So I'm not really paying attention to the flight, more focusing in on the weather here. We got wings can go off, low go off. Forgot to turn all that stuff. Or no, that's off. On. I meant off. And let's see, what is the altitude in Vegas? There's the field elevation in Vegas. Take a quick look. It is roughly 2,070-ish feet. Yeah, 70. Alright, that's good. We'll set it at 2070. Good enough. Let's go back outside, take a look at some of these clouds. Other way. Looking very nice. It's looking nicer in Vegas than it is in Southern California today, that's for sure. Bring that volume back up here a little bit. All right, and again, we'll see if we get those few clouds over in the Vegas area here. Still got about 40 miles to descend. Alright, so anyway, winds are generally out of the south, so we'll land along the strip. We'll land on runway 19 right. And we can tune in let's see what we got for approaches. 19 right. We got an RNAV, that ain't gonna help us. Okay. I guess it's visual into 19 right. What we got here? Like a solar farm or something. Let's take a closer look at that. Neat. I don't think I've ever noticed that coming through here. But then again, we are just kind of eyeballing it. Maybe haven't flown over this area before. Yeah, it looks like 3 solar towers, right? With the mirrors all lined up around it, shooting off into the tower right there. See if we can get a really close look at it as it goes by. Here, I'm actually going to pause it. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. You can see the shadow of the tower here. And it's all bright. Don't mind a doorbell or the dog. It's just a UPS dropping off more Christmas presents my wife is ordering. Huh. Interesting. Never knew that was out there. Just out of curiosity, let's see where exactly that is at. Oh yeah, there we go. Solar farm. Cool. I don't think I ever noticed that. I'll have to remember that. Alright, 12,000 feet. That's where those clouds kind of look like they're right around 12,000-ish. I'm going to go ahead and go to my other screen again. Nearest weather station, Las Vegas. X-RAAS station. That's interesting. I didn't know that they put weather out, but an X-RAAS station is a weather radar, and so bring this up for you. So yeah, an X-RAAS weather station. So an X-RAAS is the weather radar, and I didn't know it's actually putting out an observation, and this thing's pulling it in. Cool. Scattered at 6,000. There's the weather station. Alright, let's see if we see Vegas up ahead. I think I'm starting to see it right there. And I see some clouds. So yeah, currently they're showing few at 7,000 for the observation. Wind still out of the south at 5 at McCarran Airport. Alright, we're at 250. I guess we could do indicated airspeed hold, but we're good. 20 miles out. Let's take a look around at these clouds, see what we see. A little bit of haze or something down there. And look at that, there's Vegas right there, dead ahead. There's their runway we're going to be landing on. I think what we'll do is we'll shoot around over the to the left of the strip, come back around, come down this way. That's pretty cool. Zoom in quite a bit in. Let's see, can we see who's playing at the stratosphere here? What is that? It looks like Elvis. From 17 miles away. Alright, what were we going down to? 1,000. So we're not going down to 1,000, we're going to go to 4,000. Field elevation was at, what did I say? Yeah, almost 2,100, so we'll go to 3,000. 300. That'll give us about 1,200 feet HEL. We're pretty low as it is anyway here. Actually, we'll probably just go manual here. Let's do that. Let's wait. Yeah, let's level off right here. Gonna let us do that. We'll get that off. Get all this off. We'll just use the sort of altitude hold thing. And I'll bring my power back up here. Get rid of that. Level off right over here. Head for the west side of the strip here. Keep our speed up so we don't take too long in this little endeavor here to look at the weather in Vegas. I'm all about the wing view here since the other day, by the way, and I did that mainly because I was in the A320, which I purchased at Black Friday, and you can only hear some of the like hydraulics and stuff going on when you're over the wing like this. You don't hear it from behind, or at least you don't hear it very well. And yeah, I was kind of like, yeah, man, I love this wing view. I'm gonna set that up on all my planes. Let's play around a little bit. Alright, well there's the airport, and there's a strip, and there's some clouds going by at 5,300. Not bad. A little wisp right there. If I take a look at nearest weather station, it's Henderson, Nevada right now. And that is saying no sky condition, so click back into the sim here, take a look at the strip as we go by. So there's our airport, kind of on a downwind here. And this is all default scenery, so this is whatever 11.26. They added quite a bit more stuff into the Vegas area here, at least on the strip. And they should keep going and do like downtown or whatever. So yeah, if you're not familiar with Vegas, the strip is not downtown Las Vegas. Downtown Las Vegas is out here somewhere. There's an actual downtown. Maybe that's it right there. Kind of way past the strip over here. So that's sort of, I'm guessing that's downtown. No, I was over here. Here it is. Yeah, see, we've got some buildings and things like that. At least on the ortho here, I'm looking a little funky. Alright, let's go ahead and pull our power back. Let's get our altitude elevator off. Turn this out. Let's get ready for the approach here. Take a look out here. Hey, this should be nice. There we go. After I talked about the wing view, now it's in my way. That's what I wanted. Yeah, let's get back in that cockpit before I kill us here. Alright, we're gonna go spoilers up, throttles all the way back. Let's kind of get slowed up here. Go ahead and re-trim here a bit. Just kind of eyeballing this approach. Alright, landing lights on. We won't bother with anything else. Go one flaps. I keep turning until I see the airport. Gear down. Go 2 flaps. Alright, you can see the tower. Where's the runway? Where's my runways? There they are. Alright, 5 flaps. Yeah, we'll go full flaps here. Got a lot of power in because I'm not really paying attention here. Alright, there we go, that's good. You can see their clouds kind of refresh there, and we went sunny for a second and then all of a sudden. So let's see, 180. So we're actually gonna have a crosswind here. Or no, we're gonna have a
500.
We're gonna have a
400.
We're gonna have a headwind. There we go. It was kind of, I did see it blowing us across a little bit. All right. Not the prettiest approach, but the flight was more about taking a look at the weather and seeing how it looked.
200. 100.
All right, gear down, full flaps. Let's keep an eye on this thing. I forgot this thing likes to drop out of the sky. All right, bring the power back. Ooh. Not the softest landing. Alright, thrust reverser's on. Had my view kind of skewed there too. Alright, we'll take this high speed taxiway here as we get some heavy braking going. Alright, there we go. Well, welcome to Vegas. Hope you enjoyed that little hop out here. Check out the weather. So if you are looking for a decent weather plugin that gives you actual weather and not freaking download failed, I recommend this one. It's a little pricey, 45 bucks, but I guess well worth it. Let's get our APU started up here. I'm not even going to do a replay of that because that was pretty ugly. Let's see, where can I pull in? Can you pull in through there? No, a little bit farther up. Yeah, I want to go park by the palm trees. You know what? Since this is just kind of a have fun flight, let's see what happens. Let's get across here, huh? Right over the dirt. I wonder if it'll have like a dirt view.
Caution.
Dirt kicking up.
On taxiway.
Hopefully there's no fence over here. We'll go park in the parking lot. There we go. Alright. Super. We'll leave it right there. Hope you enjoyed that. A little bit of a different, just screwing around flight. Sometimes it's fun to do that. Turn this down a little bit. Pop out here. There you go. Welcome to Vegas. Till next time, take care, guys.